Sara, 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 she is just like you.
Once a princess had sex for the first time in her marriage. She went and asked her mother that was it her exclusive right or a privilege, the ecstasy, the bliss that she experienced in her married life. To which the mother replied that irrespective of who it was in her kingdom, rich or poor, male or female, enjoyed that marital bliss. So this is what marriage distinguishes from casual relationships: intimacy, love and sex, and responsibility to take happiness and give happiness is what distinguishes a marriage from other casual relationships. Are you a person who's married and feels that you have no options left because you are not consummated? Are you that person who is a good provider, a good spouse, a good friend, but feels that you are married but not consummated? Are you secretly contemplating having an affair or contemplating divorce? Are you married but not consummated? Today we have with us Dr. Sushma, who will guide us about this topic, married but not consummated. Dr. Sushma. Hi Dr. Sushma.
Hi Varsha.
Welcome to Sara, she's just like you.
Thank you.
Dr. Sushma, could you tell us that what are the reasons that a couple is married but not consummated?
Varsha, there are a lot of reasons for that. Initially, people do not have enough space and lack privacy to be able to consummate the relationship. Secondly, people are very busy nowadays, professionals who do not have so much of time and energy to be able to perform. Then there is lack of knowledge about sex, because in a conservative society like ours, there is not too much openness about sex, or there is not the proper knowledge about intercourse. There could be a lot of in-laws interference. Like initially the in-laws might not be wanting the couple to have a child because he or she are professionally busy, like ambitious in-laws or ambitious parents. Or in-laws might be on the other hand wanting the couple to have a child early. That could be putting a lot of pressure on the couple who might be wanting to have a career. There could be fear of past relationships that the couple, either of the spouse has had, and past experiences might be causing a lot of fears, which cause a lot of sexual dysfunction also. So during intercourse, the girl might have had vaginismus, which is the condition in which the vagina goes into spasm, and the woman experiences pain on intercourse. Or the male might experience premature ejaculation or erectile dysfunction.
You know, Dr. Sushma, there was this aunt of mine who told me an experience of her niece, that her niece had got married and she could not consummate her relationship in her marriage because in her past relationship she was betrayed and jilted by her lover. So she was physically and emotionally so wounded, and that kind of pain on a rebound she got married in her married life, and as a result she was suffering a lot, the pain and the sadness, and as a result lead a happy married life.
True, Varsha, very true.
So Dr. Sushma, could you tell us what are the side effects of a marriage which is not consummated?
Varsha, nowadays it is most commonly seen that a marriage that is not consummated ultimately leads to dissatisfaction between the partners, therefore an extramarital affair. Either of the spouses may land up having an affair outside their marriage, and only for the sake of showing marital bliss might just be faking it in society that they are comfortable with each other.
Dr. Sushma, there was this case study of a doctor who himself confessed of a professional. He was a young man with a lot of prestigious job and respect in society. So when he was married, so his wife and his mother kept dragging him to counselors, to meet doctors, to meet sexologists, and as a result he was frustrated. So in the end he really encouraged his wife to have an affair outside the marriage.
Correct. Secondly, Because of this, the couple starts distancing itself from each other, which might lead to a separation and ultimate divorce. And thirdly, because of this kind of relationship, there is a lot of depression between the couple. Either of the spouses may suffer a lot of depression due to anger, resentment, guilt, and fear, which leads to a lot of fear, and that leads to a lot of psychosomatic disorders.
So Dr. Sushma, could you tell us what is the solution which a couple can take, jointly with the family, the community, can help them to be happily married forever?
The couple should seek premarital counseling to avoid mistakes in their newly wedded life. They should be aware of the challenges that a marriage holds and demands. Then couples should make enough financial arrangements before they get married. There should be good amount of counseling to remove the fears of the mind that is blocking love and intimacy, because thoughts begin in the mind. Also, parents' awareness should be there so that they can guide their children accordingly, and there should not be any kind of pressure put from either side of the parties, either the parents or the in-laws. The couple should be allowed to meet up a couple of times before they agree into the relationship.
How to avoid falling in love with a jerk? The author John Van has said that he has refuted the old cliche that men give love to get sex, or women gives sex to get love. In fact, both men and women are human beings and emotional creatures. Both tend to get emotionally and physically wounded. Because he has said that it is ultimately you when you make love. It is not just your body that is having sex, but it is you ultimately who's making love. In his book Partners in Pleasure, Paul Pearson has said that when couples are married, they should not be so self-absorbed and engrossed in each other that they forget to keep relations, happy ties or happy relations with their family, community or good friends, from where they could draw wisdom and guidance and can completely unite in their married life. So when ruptures or the blame game happens in a married life due to non-compatibility or due to non-consummation, they are able to get guidance and good support from their family system. So you can say that the issues that you are trying to resolve in the courtroom, the answers might be right there in your bedroom, in your backyard. So Dr. Sushma, what is the final advice that you would want our millions of viewers who are watching us worldwide, and so that they can be happily married forever?
Varsha, one needs to be committed to the marital vows and take complete responsibility for the good as well as the bad in the relationship to maintain the sanctity of the institution of marriage.
Do log on to sarashe'sjustlikeYou.in. Perhaps your experience of trial and error, mistakes can be a learning experience to the younger couples, to the new generation. Do log on to Sara, She's Just Like You. Perhaps you could be a guest on our show and be right sitting here and sharing your experience, which could be a learning experience for millions of viewers. Thank you, Dr. Sushma, for taking out your precious time and being with us.
Thank you, Varsha, for calling me on the show. It was a pleasure to be here with you.